What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today, it's gonna be a nice, calm, chill, short video. You know what I'm saying? I can kick game on this real quick and, not waste no time. You know what I'm saying? So today, I'm gonna talk about sexual energy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not finna tell you how to use it or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna get into all of that. I'm just finna articulate what any young person need to be mindful of when they, engaging in the act. You know what I'm saying? And they curious. They need to be fully aware of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, sex and lust is glorified. It's like something that's put on a pedestal. You know what I mean? It's all heathenistic humans think about. You know what I'm saying? It's all they focus on. And it lead to a lot of mistakes. It lead to a lot of baggage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's physical and non-physical. So like, I'm gonna just speak from my perspective and how I carry myself first. You know what I mean? So people can understand why I carry myself the way I do, and why I encourage you to be mindful of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So when I was younger, I was molested by one of my family members. You know what I'm saying? So if you know anything about people who get great, you know what I'm saying? Like people who get taken advantage of, especially at a young age, those people usually grow up very lustful individuals. You know what I'm saying? Very lustful, extremely lustful. These are people who have like those weird kinks and, would probably do porn or OnlyFans or some stuff like that. Like 9 times out of 10, that person was traumatized, you know what I'm saying, was taken advantage of when they was younger. 9 times out of 10, bro. You know what I'm saying? So me telling you that little bit of information about my experiences, what happened to me as a child, could give you plenty of context on like, what I had to go through as growing pains as an individual. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I found this feather. But as I grow older and I become more aware, I start to be more conscious of like, when you interacting with people, places, and things in this world, bro. Is it raining, bro? Okay, so it's raining today, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get this out the way, bro. You know what I mean? So when it comes to sex, bro, like you gotta realize that like y'all exchanging energies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Cause y'all inside each other. You know what I mean? Like even if you got a condom on, y'all still exchanging things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still exchanging stuff. So like, this is why in the Bible they say, stay abstinent, don't have sex until you marry. The reason why is because, you know, each individual that you have sex with alters your, your, it alters you, you know what I'm saying? It changes you, you know what I mean? Like, if with every sin that's committed, you gain some type of spiritual weight, karma or something like that, like, it's the same with every person you choose to lay down with. You know what I'm saying? This is why they say certain females is for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't already, you know, split her energy with so many different people. You know what I mean? And when you get in the act with somebody just like that, like, you ain't doing nothing but attaching yourself to not only her, but everybody else she didn't interacted with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that you feel me? So this is why you need to be mindful of who you lay down with. Like I said, I done got older, so you know, I didn't grew out of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I done completely grew out of that. You know what I mean? Only people I'm interested in doing that with, or the only person, is the one that I choose to, like, you know, hold down, like, have a real relationship with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't something I'm gonna just do with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that could kind of seem crazy coming from a dude, but like, it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. You know what I mean? Because when you really know what's going on, you know what I mean, with those energies, you know for a fact that, like, you know, you got to be mindful of who you share that energy with, who you share your energy with. That's why semen retention is a thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's because instead of releasing all your potent energy through your seed, it go back up your spine and into your brain, so you can focus on stuff that's not pertaining to that area of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to focus on everything else, and that energy of, you know, empower those things that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why semen retention is a thing. And this is why, you know, you gotta be careful with these females, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't do nothing. They only want to take your energy, bro. On the simplest level, a female loves attention. You know what I'm saying? And like, whatever you lay your gaze upon and you focus on grows, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you giving this female all this attention, bro. She is stealing your energy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Now that you conscious of that, you know what I mean, you have to decide whether or not this is a good reciprocal exchange. You know what I'm saying? And regardless if you interacting with a female or not, or a significant other or not, you know what I mean, that's just how you should dictate, like, any relationship with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Any type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? You should be mindful of who you exchange energies with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Even if y'all ain't even touching each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The same way how they give these little CGI presentations of how a sun or a black hole could suck in another planet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way people, places, and things interact with each other. It's the same thing. It's the same exact, happens the same exact way, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The difference between these things is, like, you know, people's intention. Like, what's their intentions behind the things they do? Or are they even conscious of what they actually doing? You know what I'm saying? These things people need to pay attention to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like I said, the reason I carry myself the way I do is because of what happened to me in the past. So, you know what I mean? When I was a child, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That inherently made me lustful by default. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's not right. This just stuff is not right, bro. You know what I mean? Like my innocence was taken away from me. You feel me? You know what I mean? By my own family member. You know what I'm saying? Sucks, man. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Because a child should only be focused on being a child. You know what I mean? Enjoying their childhood. But nowadays, a whole bunch of kids gotta grow up way faster than they, than they need to. You know what I'm saying? They gotta experience things way before they need to. You know what I'm saying? And that leads to problems when in their adulthood. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Gorgeous sexual energy, male and female. You know what I'm saying? Low body count matters, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is why people ask about this stuff, but they not openly gonna say, "Oh, it's because you stealing my energy." You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's because you didn't split your energy with a billion niggas, and as soon as I touch you, I'm touching every single one of them individuals you was touching. It's like, no, son. No, bro. Like I said, I'm not finna just do that with anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't had my share of sexual experiences with females. You know what I mean? That was very vain and had no substance. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough now to where that stuff doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? This is just one stage, one um this is just one way for you to not attach yourself too heavily to desires. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Primal desires. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it's like, it's infectious. It's like addicting. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely stimulating. You know what I mean? And if you focus too much on it, you know what I mean? Like, it consumes your life. You know what I'm saying? It consumes your life. You know what I mean? And you don't focus on the right things. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why you can't ever find a relationship that you really want to find is because of your intentions and perspective on these things, and like, you're not fully being conscious of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's about the gist of it. I don't think I need to talk any further about this topic. We can talk about this stuff more later, but like, I just want to enlighten people on to be conscious of who you lay your head with. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you rest next to. Be conscious of these things. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you got a condom on, you know what I'm saying, don't mean you fully protected, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. See y'all later, YouTube.